And today we'll be dwelling on two key issues. We told you yesterday we ordered for uh, deeper investigation and clarity on the status of the about 177 families, Christians who were abducted from various churches last Sunday. Some conflicting positions from the security agencies, from the government, and from the Christian Association of Nigeria, with Khan and family members saying and insisting the abductions took place while the government had the other way, saying perhaps it's a figment in their imagination. But a clarification came yesterday from the police saying yes, he got a distress calls, that he took the position he took earlier so as not to send panic across the country. They needed to indeed be on top of the situation, get the facts and figures, get the true positions, get the number and identity of people that were involved before they could indeed come out with a full statement. And so yesterday, they backtracked and said, yes, people were really abducted and gave details about how they are trying to secure their release and all that. After that, we'll talk about what happened. The tweet or S comment from Atiku Abubakar, former vice president and former PDP presidential candidate, issued a statement warning ADC members, especially supporters of himself and P2B, who are trading insults among themselves. He says, any insult to P2B or myself is a collective insult that must not be allowed to take place. He understands the damage such comments could do on the ADC as a party and has moved to douse tensions. But we'll start with the security situation, and my colleagues are here. Deba Baduri is here, Apollo Semagui is here, and Shola Jaisimi is also with us this morning. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Amishi. Good morning to my colleagues in the studio, and good morning to our listeners out there, wherever you are listening to us in any part of it. It's nice to be back on the program after a short vacation, which I think I needed most. I was away for days.
Yeah, the Balogo had to go back to his roots to commune with the gods and the people
No,
and all that.
It's a case of playing leadership role at the communal level, and I think I enjoy it.
Yes.
The case in Kaduna is worrisome to me. It shows one thing is very, very lacking. Information management is very, very vital. When now it's one it confirmed that 166 people, 166 Nigerians, let me be clear about it, they're not stones, not animals. 166 Nigerians were adopted. And the immediate reaction was that nothing happened. Up to now, Kaduna State government is more on the issue. They're quiet. I think information management is something that I think is really missing in managing the Kajuru issue. And I think it's something that the government, particularly Kaduna State government, ought to be serious about. They have a commissioner for internal security. He has refused to speak to any journalist since the incident happened. And only yesterday, policemen, military men were sighted in the village after the damage has been done. I think the response was not properly managed. And I think there's a need or a rethink on how issues like this will be managed. I feel so worried that at the time when we're thinking we're winning the war, the thing is being intensified. It also means that government needs to intensify its activities, its operations, its intelligence gathering in terms of handling these serious attacks. The number of bandits seems to be increasing almost everywhere, and it's indication of it that the root cause of it, and I agree with those who have said unemployment will be tackled. When people are idle and they need means of livelihood, they are easy to be recruited, and that is probably what we are witnessing in different parts of the country. Government need to the issue of the promise by the president on the day of the inauguration that he will make sure that unemployment is tackled. It's a pledge. It's a covenant with Nigerians, and I think it's an issue that must not be remain as mere rhetoric. It's an issue. It's a promise that will be fulfilled.
Amici, good morning. Good morning, my colleague. Good morning, dear listener. First impression, could it be that the police or government were astounded? Could it be that they were astounded?
They were not. They said they were secretly and quietly gathering full intelligence.
Okay,
That's
fine.
what they say.
Why I use that is that probably strategies have been put in place and they were so confident that such cannot happen. So that is why I use the word astounded. And so they wanted to really understand, did anything like that happen? You remember the Chibok girls issue? They were dilly-dallying. Is it true? Is it not true?
Was it
Is
politically
it politically
motivated?
motivated? Or somebody wants to take over? Now, I don't blame the police for the delay in confirming the incident that happened in Kajuru, local government area of Kaduna State, Kaduna North. They wanted to be very sure so that they don't reel out false information. The police is the number one security agency that dish out such information, update on that in the civilian government. And if they were gathering intelligence, gathering reports to be certain, that did happen on Sunday. It happened on Sunday during a church service. And these days and time,
Confirmation came on Tuesday
on Tuesday.
evening.
Yeah. So these days and time, when issues happen, okay, now you should expect that the police must have deployed maybe a batch to that Kajuru local government to curtail maybe the insurgents coming back or the bandits coming back. But that has always been the case. Once an incident happens in the community, that's when you see security agencies running to deploy there, leaving other communities empty. I think the ratio of a policeman to citizens have been very weak. Have been very very weak. Amici, the police need to tell us, according to the international standard, how many a policeman should provide security for a number of citizens. Is it 1 to 100,000? I don't think we have up to 500,000 policemen in Nigeria. That is why probably the president called for a withdrawal for escort. But we're just hearing now that the IGP has approved escort for resident electoral commissioners and
Yes, for those that are deserving and are in need of it.
Good. So is it turning back
No, it's different. It's for those that are not in need of it. That's the people the president directed.
Including former governors and what have you.
No, there are certain people who are not supposed to.
Okay.
Those that have security issues or security threats around them deservedly should get police protection.
Now, back on the issue of Kajuru. As I said earlier, the police took their time to do their investigation before confirming. Because I was watching the BBC yesterday, BBC focused on Africa, and they dwelt so deeply on this very issue that the Nigerian Police Authority have denied. That word denied is very strong and is a stain on the country. What are you doing, security agencies? So now, the denial also has its own effect. It erode public trust. It erode cause an erosion of criminals, saying that after all, the police are denying such a thing.
No,
so, go ahead, sir.
No, I think for me, because you raise a critical issue of the number of policemen we have. The president promised that the constitutional overhaul is receiving his full support. The state governors said they are ready to set up state police. I think this, if we need to strengthen security in the country, I think this issue of constitutional overhaul to create state police must not be reduced to partial retreat. Because that is for the last 3.5 years or 4.
That's what they've been
that's
doing.
what they've been saying. We are going to have state police.
No motion, no movement.
And then it just remains as if it's a promise that we just be talking that Nigeria will be hearing almost every day. The state governors, if they are interested in peace, that the people in their communities will sleep with their 2 eyes closed, it is time now to create the state police.
I think the
issue here, gentlemen, is that lessons may have been learned, and Shola will speak on that. The way and manner the security agencies reacted, perhaps not the best. They thought they could. Indeed, if you wanted to understudy the situation, time is of this, and because news flies so far, it even attracted the international comments. Congressman Riley, or how does Riley? Riley Moore. he had to indeed issue a statement on that. And it doesn't speak well of us as a nation that outsiders will be commenting on events, developments within our country, and we are still trying to collect facts and figures. The security agencies must have learned lessons there. There should be standard operating procedures for such, and they exist within. Citizens have the right to know. Citizens also recognize your responsibilities in guaranteeing security, but time is of the essence.
Well, I'll just say that it's quite an unfortunate one. I feel for our brothers, sisters, friends who are in the security services, either police, the state security service, or the military. But I would say that this is an unfortunate one. And what comes to mind is lack of synergy. We're not ignorant of what should happen in situations like this. For the Commissioner of Police in Kaduna, CP Mohammed Ribadu, to outrightly sit with the State Commissioner in charge of security,
Internal affairs and
Doctor, I can't remember his name, and outrightly say nothing like that happened. It shows two things. Number one, it's either those who are the civilian leaders in that state, the Commissioner for Internal Affairs, and the Governor Ubasani, who has been in the last couple of months beating his chest, saying that no more kidnappings in our state, no more banditry and all. It's good to say these things. But when it does occur, there's a need to tell the people what you are doing, what you have done, and what you will do. So for the Commissioner of Police, who has sat in the same bed with the civilian leadership, to outrightly deny that these persons were kidnapped, it's unfortunate. And when I looked at his profile, he just got into Kaduna CP on the 3rd of January this month. Just how many weeks ago, just about 2.5 weeks. But he has also served as not just a DPO, Divisional Police Officer, he served in this FCT, served in Kubwa, served in Meitama, served in Gwarimpa, 4 places. He's done his own bit. 32 years now as a police officer. It's no joke. Exactly.
With the experience.
With the experience. He has a DPO in that place where it occurred. There's an area commander. I mean, come on. If people are saying, are these people, are they malu or cows, that they just disappear? And people are telling you, people have been kidnapped. Is it until they put CCTV and start doing live streaming like that church in Kwara, where we now knew, real time that people were kidnapped? I mean, it's not fair on the people. So for the IG to now use his office, using the Force Provocation Officer, Undeyi, to say this occurred, he didn't get the facts. We know it's damage control.
Okay.
But the CP should answer questions. I don't know the kind of questions you answer. Maybe another redeployment.
I think we don't have state police. Okay. And the CP was looking for authorization.
Well,
probably that will go happen.
Like I said, lessons have been learned. Our efforts in the past to deny or stifle information never came out successful.
It reminds us of the denial even at the highest level in this country.
Yes. So
hold on a second, Dr. Anakwe. In 2014, girls were kidnapped.
We mentioned it there. So our attempts to deny in the past has never worked. For the security agencies, don't move along that line. If they ask you, tell them, no, this will backfire. It's better you dish out this information, and this is how you manage it. Exactly. Because there are several sources of information, and it's most embarrassing when it turns out to be the other way around. That's the thing. So we hope they have learned their lessons, and going forward, they will know how to handle these issues as they occur. We have to believe, give them the benefit of doubt that indeed they needed to carry out some reconnaissance and gather intelligence and all that. But tomorrow, when it happens, you must come to equity with clean hands. Let's go for a short break now. When we come back, we'll go to the ADP and internal issues within it. Stay with us.
Good morning, Nigerians. You're now listening to the mail segment on Political Platform. I am Aricha Ojiti.
And I am Aichida Majekodomi. Our first mail is from Dixon Eka in Abuja, who says, the abduction of 177 Christian worshippers from the Kajuri community of Kaduna State and the initial denial by the Nigerian police before a confirmation is now made with the release of the 177 names is quite an unfortunate one and a huge dent on the integrity of the Nigerian police. How do these things happen? How can about 200 people be moving without interception and without the knowledge of the security agents? Is it so easy to hide 177 people even in the bush? The media has lost its grip on investigative journalism as conventional media houses with correspondents across the Federation were speculating instead of outright reportage. Kajuri is a highly volatile place with so many incidents in the past. So, is there no military presence in Kajuri? What are we doing with our homogeneous defense budget? Why can't we have a forward operation basis of the military in such a concerned local government area? Where is the place of a drone surveillance and other technology gadgets in detecting and attacking such targets? Nigerian leaders and the security should wake up to the reality of the 21st century.
Uchuku Godwin, writing from Lagos, says there is an unexplained rule in Nigerian political space. Whenever an incident occurs, the army or police and even the government will first deny it without investigating. The president or governor will call a security council meeting and give a marching order. They will condole with the victims' families and promise to get the perpetrators, then go and wait for the next incident. The same rinse and repeat for decades. The remaining Chibok girls, no one is looking for them. Yesterday, the police accepted that worshippers were abducted in Kaduna. The police and army structure should change. The NAS should put out a legislation and law for state police. Governors have accepted that they have much money. Protection of life and properties is their core mandate. Use the money to equip the community vigilantes and have a data/command center like the one in Enugu State.
And away from that to politics and governance matter, Victor Ebi from Bayelsa says, dear political platform crew, we seem to be confused about democracy and governance. What do we really want? Do we really want good governance or a divide and rule system? Who benefits from the current political configuration? Definitely not the Nigerian people. Yesterday, Teve was shouting that power must go back to the north come 2031. Teve, are you running for president or you have joined the bandwagon of divide and rule system that has not benefited Nigerians? From Obasanjo to Yaradua to Goodluck to Buhari and now Tinubu, has the lives of the people from their states better than others that have not produced a president? But we are sure that the lives of their family and friends has changed. The notion that rotating presidency is for justice and equity is very wrong. The Nigerian constitution has already provided equity, and that is why nobody can be president of Nigeria if that person don't win the list at least 25% vote from every zone. We should please stop dividing Nigeria for the benefit of a few political elites. We should be concerned about promoting good governance and prosperity. We should be driving our nation to a place where no one cares about your tribe, gender, or religion, but for the good of prosperity of our country. The idea that a man from a region must rule for 8 years, whether he performs or not, is unbelievable. Do you know what 2 years of bad governance can do to your life? Not to talk of a whole 8 years.
Laji Abbas, writing from Ida in Kogi State, that the marginalized are the gateway to liberation. And in one way or another, everyone is a victim. I made it clear in one of my emails years ago that if state governors were more considerate in selecting their deputies nationwide, we would still have so many same fates. Would we still have so many same fate tickets? In modern day Nigeria and indeed across the globe, there is nowhere it is impossible to find competent candidates across different faiths. Christian, Muslim, or people of other beliefs. This diversity should be reflected in our leadership. Imagine the impact if the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, were replaced by someone of a different faith as advocated. Such a decision would send a powerful message of unity and inclusion, ensuring that no group feels excluded or overlooked. The United States, often seen as a global example, should also embrace the spirit of inclusion. What if President Donald Trump What if Donald Trump's vice presidential candidate were a Muslim, man or woman? Such a move could set a new global standard where leaders of different faiths support one another, helping to create a society we can all be proud of. Moreover, it is time for balance in global affairs. If President Trump continues to involve himself in the internal matters of other nations, then world leaders should also hold the United States to the same level of scrutiny. After all, America was not the first superpower, and certainly it will not be the last.
And Salami Karim from Abuja here says, reacting to yesterday's intensive debate by the crew members on the strategy to employ by the president to win 2027 election, the best strategy any incumbent can employ to get re-elected is better performance. You and I know that this is not the case in this regime, and there is no need to deceive ourselves. From the onset this administration come on board, life has not remained the same for Nigerians. It has been hell on earth, especially for downtrodden ordinary people of Nigeria. In a sane climate where electorate are respected and vote counts, the fate of such government in the next general election would have been so glaring. If the president has performed up to expectation, the issue of the same faith ticket will be insignificant and inconsequential to a majority of Nigerians. President Donald Trump can't dictate to Nigeria. Nigeria is not only sovereign state but occupy very strategic position in the world.
Anyway, from government, Asubita, writing from Masaka, Nasarawa State, says, permit me to respectfully draw public and government attention to the alarming and persistent failure of key regulatory agencies in Nigeria to effectively discharge their statutory responsibilities. In particular, I wish to call on the leadership of the following agencies: Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, Mr. Idris Olorunbe; Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, Dr. Mulishuru Olalekan Oseni; Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, Mr. Tunji Bello. The critical question: what is going wrong and why are consumers being left unprotected? Communications, NCC. Since December last year up to this moment, telecommunication services across all major network providers have been extremely poor. Electricity supply, NERC. Electric power supply remains grossly unstable. Consumer protection and pricing, FCCPC. Following the removal of fuel subsidy, petrol prices reportedly dropped from about 1,500 naira to 840 naira per liter. Yet, transportation fares and associated costs remains unchanged. The president must take decisive action, including the use of hire and fire mechanisms where necessary, to restore confidence and effectiveness in these situations. Not every issue should be politicized. Governance must work for the people. Nigeria deserves better. Consumers deserve protection, and accountability must be restored.
And that is where we'll draw the curtain today on the mail segment. Keep on sending in your mail to us at politicalplatform@dargroup.com. You can also join us on live streaming on YouTube at Raypower Abuja.
Thank you so much for staying with us. Maybe for want of time, we will discuss and analyze the ADC issue. The biggest problem for the party is who emerges as the party's presidential candidate when many of them have this, in quote, lifetime ambitions to indeed become the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria. And all of them publicly attesting to the fact that they are not here for the tail of the prey. They are here to go home with the head. You know, hunters, the big hunter, if they kill again an animal, the big hunter goes with the head and the small one goes with the tail. All of them say, is the head or nothing? So it's a big challenge for them. But we end on an issue that is very development oriented. Joint health workers strike still on since November. Maybe tomorrow we'll speak to one of the officials. Talks by the federal government involving the Trade Union Congress for the second time remained inconclusive. You need to get to hospitals to understand the impact. Good enough, the government was proactive in stopping that of the resident doctors, but that of the joint health sector workers has continued and is impacting on citizens' welfare and will be negatively.
Yeah, let me just quickly say the letter from, the mail from Dixon Eka, the community leader in Kajuri, said they have done a census on their own and they have discovered that 166 people were adopted. So the figure
they even published names.
Yeah,
two names.
The figure he quoted 177 will be wrong. This once people confirm 166. For the strike by the health workers, I've said on this program last year that doctors have resumed, yes, nurses have resumed, yes, but the critical issue of those who perform duties that are necessary for your heads for doctor to attend to your health challenge, they're on strike. Laboratory technologists, pharmacists, record keepers,
mortuary attendants.
Yeah, they are on strike. And I can tell you on Monday I was National Hospital, and the doctor gave me an appointment for the next 3 months. And I went to one of these. I said, how do I record this? He said, wait till the strike is over. Which means if the strike continues, there's no way that appointment in 3 months I'll be able to pick it because nobody will record it.
And he gave you that appointment because he cannot function.
He can't function. Even the burden of functioning in accessing my data on their computer, I have to go and beg the staff in the record department to please help me, put me on before the doctor could attend to me.
So before he could see you.
I'm just saying this.
Your details, I mean.
I'm just saying this to see the impact of the strike. Government must not. There are things that government must not.
Point made. Point made.
They must solve that problem.
One for the road, Abul.
Yes, I think they just make business for independent laboratories and independent
private ones.
Yes, that is what is happening now. I think government.
You go to hospital, they ask you, prescribe a test, you go outside, private one, do it, come back and see the doctor.
Like some hospitals have been concessioned. So the laboratory in those hospitals are not on strike because it's privately run. And that is dangerous for Nigeria. We wish Nigeria all the best. For me, it's not inconclusive.
Okay. Are those in authority concerned? Do they lose sleep over this? Or are they marrying? Did they have dirty December? Are they concerned that indeed citizens are suffering? Does it get to them? And we're shouting here. Those in authorities, citizens are suffering. Do a lot to alleviate those sufferings. And if you cannot, resign so that you live your private life and don't oversee citizens' welfare where you can't guarantee them. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Amichana. Have a nice day.